It is my pleasure now to introduce you to our Compassion in Action guests. Now, this segment, as many of you know, is a segment where we highlight and spotlight people in the community who are doing things in their own lives to put compassion into action. And so I'm very excited today to introduce you to Hope and Cogen Bohanec. And by way of introduction, we'll let them give a little wave and Phil will spotlight them as I read a quick bio. So Hope has been active in animal protection and environmental activism for over 30 years. She's the executive director of Compassionate Living. She hosts the Hope for the Animals podcast, get that, Hope in her name, Hope, and founded the Ahimsa Living Project to bring light to deep parallels between Dharma religions and veganism. Cogen has a PhD in religious studies with an emphasis on Hinduism and ethics and holds a master's degree in Buddhism. He is currently an associate professor in Jain Studies at the Arihanta, I think you're going to tell me how to say that, Arihanta Academy. And together, they are the co-authors of a book called The Ultimate Betrayal. Is There Happy Meat? So let's turn it over to Hope, because Hope is going to be teaching an online class this fall at the Arihanta Academy, which is the new Jain Academy. And her class is called Ahimsa, Animal Advocacy, and Veganism. So Hope and Cogen, both of you, welcome. And Hope, go ahead and tell us a little bit about this class that you're teaching, this academy that you're a part of, and kind of how Jainism fits into all of that.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having us. We love the Compassion Consortium. We come every Sunday that we can, and it's a beautiful, beautiful gathering. We call it Vegan Church. We just love it. So thank you. So I am very proud to be teaching this class. It's at Arihanta Academy. You said it perfectly, Erika. And Cogen and I both teach there. He's been teaching there the last couple of semesters. This is a new class for me, Ahimsa, Animal Advocacy, and Veganism. This online Jain college, and Jainism, just to back up a little, is one of the three main Dharma traditions. We heard from Dr. Tushar Mehta on the last Compassion Consortium. He was the guest, so you heard a lot about Jainism, along with Hinduism and Buddhism. It's one of the Dharma traditions. And their main principle, their most treasured focus is ahimsa, which is a Sanskrit word that translates to non-violence or non-harming. And we're seeing now these connections with the vegan community recognizing this word and seeing something there, and the Jain community really seeing this as an opportunity to embody and embrace their tenets of ahimsa in a modern context, going vegan. So these two worlds are kind of coming together. It's very exciting. And I'll be teaching this class, Ahimsa, Animal Advocacy, and Veganism, starting on September 24th. It's a 6-week course on Saturdays. And I'm very, very excited to bridge these two worlds, bring these two worlds together, and really explore that. Do you want to talk a little about any of that?
Oh, yeah. Well, you can go to our website, arihanta-academy.com, and you can see a lot of the course listings that we have. But it's one of the central missions of our institution, and we're working towards being a fully accredited university offering graduate programs. And one of our main areas of emphasis is veganism and animal rights, specifically animal advocacy, et cetera. So we have a variety of different courses and programs that intersect between Jain tradition or other Dharma traditions in animal advocacy. I have a upcoming webinar on September 14th at 5 p.m. Pacific. One of my other colleagues, Dr. Christopher Miller, he teaches a variety of courses and does all kinds of vegan outreach through the Jain Vegan Initiative as well too. And yeah, out of all the religions that I interact with, which is quite a few given my profession, it's very striking how well veganism is being embraced by the Jain community. It's very encouraging.
Beautiful. Thank you both for sharing. And just to confirm, so anybody could take these classes? Do you have to enroll as a student in the university, or can you just sign up for the class?
Well, you enroll as a student, but you don't, it's not like a, college that you have to actually, well, you can sign up for the class. It's very easy.
we at this point, all of our courses are being offered as community courses.
Right.
So they're not accredited at this point. but we're working at, we're only a year old. So the Academy is only 2 semesters old. But hopefully by the fall, it looks like by the fall of 2023, we'll finally be accredited. And then we'll still have community programs. We also have youth programs as well too. So we have youth programs, we have community programs, then we have accredited programs as well, graduate programs. So we have just a spectrum of various different ways to sort of learn about the Jain tradition.
Amazing. So there's a little bit of information in the chat if you'd like to learn more. And can you all just leave us with a little bit about kind of how does your spirituality and your teaching, like how did all this come about? What is this? Tell us a little bit about how that looks in your life.
Okay. Well, we have been together. We've been married 22 years, and we came from very different backgrounds. He was raised atheist. I was raised Southern Baptist. And by the time 22 years ago, when we met and fell in love, I was an atheist, and he had really gotten into these Eastern traditions, the Buddhism, Hinduism. He was doing deep Gandhi studies and Bhakti studies, and I, we were okay with where we were. I knew one day he was going to turn to me and say, I have to run off to a mountain somewhere and I'm on retreat for months. Bye, and that's fine. I understand. But learning about these things, hearing what he was learning and what he was, getting into so deeply, it started resonating with me more and more, and how I already saw the world, the ethics, the just the love of the planet and the animals and the world beyond the human community. I really started resonating with these teachings and with the Dharma traditions, and I just got so deep in that now I'm actually going to be teaching a class on it. So it's a beautiful evolution.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it.
And he, here, I'll brag on him for just a sec. He is so amazing with his own practice. He gets up at 4 o'clock every morning and he has a 3-hour meditation of, he wouldn't say this himself, but I'll brag on him just a bit, chanting, memorizing of Sanskrit shlokas. He's fluent in Sanskrit. It's really amazing, his practice, all while I'm still asleep. So.
That's incredible. Thank you for that inspiration and for all of the compassion you're putting into action. And if that class is intriguing to anyone here, please check the chat for more information on how to join that, and keep us posted on how this continues to unfold. I'm sure that the Academy will continue to grow and evolve, and we'd love to be in the loop on what continues to unfold for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And do we have the time to do the ending?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, really quick.
Share with us. Yes.
We wanted to end by teaching you the Jain greeting of Jai Jinendra, and this is like their namaste. Just how in a lot of traditions you say namaste for hello, goodbye, inhalation, whatever. Some other traditions say Hare Krishna. This is the Jains. It's Jai Jinendra. So we'll do it muted first. At the very end, if you could just unmute everybody, we'll all say it together, but let me teach it to you first. So Cogen will repeat Jai.
Jai.
Everybody say it muted. So everybody at home, you say, so Jai.
Jai.
Jen.
Jen.
Indra.
Indra.
Jai.
Jai.
Jen.
Jen.
Indra.
Indra.
Jai.
Jai.
Jinendra.
Jinendra.
Jai.
Jai.
Jinendra.
Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
All right, so now we'll open it up.
Jai Jinendra.
Oh, they did? Okay. Do we all say it together? 1, 2, 3.
Jai
Jai
Jinendra.
Jinendra.